So we're going to do as much as we can to get people the Snowdon charity walks, which you came on. It was great. That was such a nice day. So just do.
And I completed for the record, didn't I, Mike?
You did, up and down. No help required. Just a slushy midway through, but
Slush puppy.
Slush puppy.
Mike, morning. Thanks for joining me today.
You're welcome.
Thanks for taking the time out, because I know you are busy.
No, it's no problem.
I just the goal from today really is to capture sort of some time with clients who have dealt with us, who are managed by us, to maybe show other people that what we're about.
Yeah.
Because there is this misconception in financial services, especially with financial planning, that it's only for the few, when actually what we're about is to try and give advice to everyone, because we really feel that everyone can benefit from financial advice. So before I go into that, I'd really like to know a little bit more about your business and what you do and how we've been able to sort of help. But if we focus on what you do first, that'll be really good.
Yeah, so we're a local gym, and yeah, that's it really. We offer.
Well, you're literally just round the corner from us, aren't you?
Just
so
down the road.
The end of Bromfield Lane, turn left, and you're right there, aren't you? Next to, is it Country Wild Wholesale?
County Electricals.
That's
yeah.
it.
So
how long's the gym been going for?
We've been open since 2004. We started off quite small and just expanded over the years. We moved in 2012 to the building we're in now, and that seems to have really established us within the sort of local businesses and put us where we are now.
What's in the building then? So obviously I'm a member.
Yeah.
And there's quite a few mutual clients and friends that we got are also members.
Yeah.
So what's in there?
So we've got a main studio where all the classes take place. Obviously your main gym floor, cardio area, a reasonable sized weights area, designated spin studio, which is quite popular. That we've got our own space for that.
That's the one with disco lights, isn't it?
Yeah, disco lights, and just an all-round nice place to come and train, really, socialise. We've got a nice cafe area, have a cup of coffee after you've trained, and just a really warm, friendly environment that I think puts us in our own kind of niche, really, where it's not intimidating. You know, It's a nice place to come and train, whether you want to train weights, whether you want to do just general fitness. It sort of ticks a lot of boxes without specialising in anything in particular. So,
yeah.
I think that's what's allowed us to sustain a strong business model over when others have struggled over time, because fitness is a tough industry to survive in at the moment. It's pretty ruthless.
Yeah, no, I bet. But I suppose it's one of those opportunities you've got at the moment. January, I've got my own New Year's resolutions going on to sort of make changes. So a lot of people look at the gym at this time of the year. So have you noticed sort of those new members coming in?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as soon as it turns into the day after Boxing Day, it's sort of all systems go.
And we're heading to move away from fitness slightly. We're heading to the most depressing day of the year, which is when credit card statements start to land.
Right.
So again, for us, it's a good time for people to actually think, yes, check on your health, absolutely. You know, do you need to make some changes, but also do you need to make some financial changes this time of the year?
Yeah.
So it sort of goes hand in hand, and it's actually one of the reasons that Ellie came up with the gym membership idea,
right?
Which Amy's won for 3-month membership.
Oh, really?
With yourself, yeah. So we need
cool.
to get that sorted, actually.
Yeah, no problem.
But it's that I do think sort of fitness and fit finances go hand in hand.
Yeah.
There's a lot of synergy between the two.
Yeah, I think so. I think this time of year, everyone's looking to obviously save money. It's a tough time, you know. After Christmas, it's a tough time financially for everybody. So everyone's looking for a clean slate as such, aren't they?
Yeah.
So you know, sort their finances, clean their cupboards, all that jazz.
That's
you know, I've just cleared out all my clothing in my cupboard and started afresh. So I think from every aspect, but certainly financially, it's a good time of year to sort of start looking at that.
Yeah, I think so. Going back to what you said about the gym, because I think one of the big differences for me, having gone to lots of different gyms over the years is I really like the cafe. Not that I use it that much, but it's nice that there's that sort of social elements of the gym, that it's not just you go there, you train, you leave.
Yeah.
I often go in there and I see, people having a catch up, groups having a little coffee together maybe after a session.
Yeah.
Where did that idea come from? Because it's, from a gym perspective, big gyms have it, like your David Lloyd gyms, but for a sort of a family-run local gym, it's quite different.
Yeah. Do you know what? We've always, since we opened in 2004, we've had some form of cafe. It's not been quite as jazzy as it is now, but we've always had a space where you can come, take yourself away from the gym and just have, whether you want 5 minutes or whether you want to bring your laptop and do a couple of hours. Like, I think for us it's about offering a space that's comfortable in every element, really. So in the gym floor you feel comfortable around the people, and then you can take yourself away from it and come to a nice warm area where you can have a coffee, read the paper. And I think that's just it's about offering a premium service, but maybe not with the David Lloyd price tag. For us, that's pretty much why we've stuck with it. And it was, when we moved, it was an integral part of the design of the building, was having that space where customers can, interact with staff as well, because that's what we pride ourselves on, is that you're not just a number. Everyone's we know them by name. It's a real personal touch. So
that's actually where we got a lot of synergy as well, because we run our business very much like a family business, and we never want to be in that position where clients are a number. We want to know who our clients are. We want them to know us on a face-by-face basis. And we very much have that team approach. And I would say one of our strengths as a business at Celtic Financial is our team. We've got expertise going from Mike, who's been in the industry for 35 years, all the way up to Amy, who started today, who was a teaching assistant up until 4 weeks ago and is now working for us as an administrator. So it's having that dynamic team to be able to help clients and give a good service. And I get that vibe from the gym. You go in there, they're always helpful, they're always smiling. There's a good atmosphere, which comes from a team, I think, because I think if you walk into any business and the team aren't cheery, that comes across.
I mean, having just walked into the building for the first time now, you can get the sense of how laid back and how comfortable it is here. It doesn't feel corporate, it doesn't feel intimidating. I could quite happily come in here and chat to you, even if it's not always about finances. It's quite a nice space to come and sort out something that, to be honest, it can be a bit tough and a bit intimidating. I don't know much about finance.
There is that psyche, isn't it, too?
There is. And what I found with yourself, having dealt with my pension and stuff, it's just nice to have someone there who isn't filling me with jargon that I don't understand. Keeping it simple, not asking me difficult questions. If I don't know anything, I think you've always helped simplify it all for me and just advise, in a professional and friendly manner, really. And having known Ella and other members of the team as well, I think they all follow the same ilk, really, and so we all kind of have that same. And that's why I'd come and use you guys, and that's why we've, as a company, switched to using the accountancy firm as well, because we do like to use local businesses. That's number one, but what we like is businesses that follow our ethos, really, and that seems to, I get the same impression, which is great.
Good. No, that's good to hear. And to be honest, we like to give financial advice that feels just like not informal, because there is a formal process to give advice. But I know, a couple of times I've been to the gym, I've bumped into you, I've bumped into you, Paul, and we've had a chat about other different things, maybe buying investment property or different ways to structure things. And it's not that formal sit down, get the briefcase out, let's grab a quick coffee, point you in the right direction. And that's one thing we really strive is, if we can help, we will. But if we can't help, we'll also tell you that we can't help, and we don't just try and make it up on the hop. And signposting for us is really key. If there's other professionals that we can refer you to, such as accountants, solicitors, or even an engineer, if you're looking to, expand your business. I think that's where we like to go that little extra mile, as well as get the local businesses and local community involved together. Which I think is really important.
I mean, your network your network meeting alone has helped us as a business.
That's what I was going to ask you about next, actually. So
Yeah.
you've come along to a couple of the Celtic community networks.
Yeah.
The next one's on the 17th of Jan. I'll pencil your name down, Mike. But that sort of not-for-profit networking, what benefit have you seen? You know, what was your sort of takeaway when you've come along to that?
Do you know what? It was just nice to sit down with other local businesses and see, because at the end of the day, you know, when you're going through a difficult patch in business, you need other businesses around you, and it's nice to get to know different sectors, not just the fitness industry, but and you just don't know when you might need a business, and it's not just about sales for us. It's about you know, for example, the Marion at Choice Work, where, I mean, you know, switching over for that was brilliant for us. It was great. She did us a great deal. We saved a little bit of money, which was brilliant, but also she's that same friendly face that we want to deal with, and that's so important for us. So yeah, money is important, but at the same time, standard of business and you know, the people that run it are as important, really, and that's only come through the network. Choice have come in numerous times and dropped leaflets off, and I have never, you know, we get so many leaflets dropped in the gym, and it's hard to take them all seriously, and but when you come to a network, you sit down, you get to know the people behind the marketing, and that's when you make your decisions whether you'll use them. And with that situation, you know, we'll use them for the foreseeable, really, which is great.
Great. I think you hit the nail on the head before, which is about ethos, and it's that like-mindedness of businesses and people in general. That people still buy people, don't they?
They do.
And I think if you're given the opportunity to see behind the business, because you're right, we all get bombarded with junk mail, and leaflets and adverts and marketing online, and it does have its place because it gives you brand awareness, and it allows you to be introduced to new places and new firms. But ultimately, I think, and this goes to any client, and I suppose a client for you, is go out and have a look, meet the people, go visit the gym, visit us here. You make the decision whether you can see yourself being part of that. You know, if you go to PT Fitness and you walk in and it's not for you, then that's fair enough, isn't it? But I think for most people, if they actually do go and visit, they'll go, actually, this is a really nice atmosphere and I want part of that. And hopefully it's the same when people come and visit us here now at Florence House, that they get to see the team, they get to see the environment. We're not corporate, we've got sort of a home office feel, and hopefully that comes across and resonates with some clients. But, you know, appreciate I'm not a magician. It's not going to be suitable for everyone, is it? But
no, and sometimes these things take time, don't they? It's hard to overnight success takes a long time to bed in, I think. But you're right. I mean, you know, the power of people, and I think some marketing can be a little bit impersonal, and I think the network is a great thing to have, even if you don't use it every week. You know, we only go occasionally, but it's still really useful for us to keep our toe in there and to keep networking, even if we're not one of your regular kind of goers, really, because you'll have your regulars are there every week, and they're great,
part of the furniture.
Exactly. But I think for us in our industry, networking every week just isn't realistic for us. So we and that's no negative on the network. It's just what suits us as where we sit within fitness, really.
No, it makes a lot of sense. Another thing I wanted to talk on this morning was actually our synergy when it comes to community projects in particular. I know last year we joined your campaign for the Counselling Hub in Mould. So you did an absolutely fantastic day, the PT Games, which hopefully is going to happen again this year.
Oh, without doubt.
Tell us a little bit about that then, Mike. How did that come about, and you know, what was the structure behind it?
So the PT Games is just the idea was just to have one day a year where we get as many members involved and get as many people together for a good cause. I mean, that's kind of the bottom line, really, is just get everyone communicating with each other and working together as a team to do something really special for a local worthy cause. So 2 years ago we did the PT Games for a young lad called Jensen who had muscular dystrophy, and that was the first year we'd ever run it, and it was a really special day. And then, so last summer we decided to do it again, and we're going to make it an annual event. And we did it, obviously, like you said, for the counselling hub in Mull, which is support for people who suffer with mental health, mental illness. And it was a really worthy cause for us, and it was a pretty easy decision to make. We try and choose causes where our members have been affected, or generally something that's personal to our members, because it gets them really rallying together, raising money, and it brings out the best in people, I think. And it was great to have you guys at Celtic on board. We really appreciate your support with that. It's made it a really special day.
No, it was a great day. Next time, this year, Mike, I'll get involved, and I'll do more than be a photographer.
Yeah, well, I did it with a broken wrist, mate, so you're going to have to up your game.
Fair comment. How much did you raise, though, from that? Because it was a staggering amount, wasn't it? Because bear in mind, great gym, but we're still a local gym in a small town, really, in Flintshire. But how much was raised for the counselling hub?
Total, with your donation, it was around £1,300, which to put
staggering amount, yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, to put into perspective, one of our first initial charity events for children in need, we raised about £350. So that was done 4 or 5 years ago. So now, 5 years on, we're now raising, 3 times the amount. It just goes to show what the PT Fitness Games has done to help us. And I think people really getting on board with it. They're understanding the concept of it now. I think next year it's going to be bigger and better, without a doubt. And I'm sure it will be...
this year, Mike.
This year, yeah.
You got summer this year with 2020 now.
Oh yeah, this summer I've got to get planning.
Yeah, it'll come round quick, won't it?
Oh God, yeah. I mean, you're already looking at like sort of March, April time, and then before you know it, it'll be. We generally run it in September, so we've got to sit down and get some ideas in. But I've already got ideas in place for what we want to do. It's just picking a cause worthy, really, which I'm sure the members will help us out with that and find something.
There's plenty of good local courses, but I do like the fact that you do a local course.
Yeah.
Not to say national charities don't have the place, because they do.
No.
I just feel when you see funding raised locally and it goes somewhere local, there's just more ownership, I think, to the end outcome.
Yeah. Again, I think it's for us. It's just a really important. It gets the members more involved. We run charity events on a smaller, like your Macmillan kind of. Coffee mornings and stuff. We do stuff for bigger charities as well, but having that one big event for a local charity just makes it even more special and gets everybody sort of together for that one. I think if we ran it for a bigger cause, it might be diluted. The message might be diluted a little bit. So that's the main reason.
And it might not have that same engagement with the members.
Exactly. I think you'd find members wouldn't interact as much with it.
Yeah. No, I'd agree with that, Mike. I think our corporate social responsibility mandate that we have, which we're really passionate about, which is sort of in the core of our business, the big thing which keeps coming up when you look at it is community.
Yeah.
And I think if you look after your own local community environment, then it should have rippling effects to other communities, and then they can maybe do similar projects themselves. Just to be slightly self-indulgent then for us, just a question to ask you, really. So if you were talking to someone who doesn't know about Celtic Financial and they were thinking about having a pension review, for example, or any sort of part of their financial planning reviewed, why would you recommend us?
You came to we're only over the road at the time. You were in Mould, weren't you? And you came to me personally at my business, which was nice. I was, you made the effort to, and you just made it really simple, really. I'd spoken with another financial advisor who also deals with mortgages about pensions, and the jargon was just way too much for me. And when I sat down with you, it was just really simple. It was, less than an hour, and it was all set up, which is exactly what I wanted. I didn't want anything overcomplicated. I just wanted a pension in place so that I can rest happy knowing that in 50, however many years I'm going to be working for it, that it's there, and then we can do the, you mentioned about checking in yearly, which was nice, knowing that I was able to sort of manage it on an annual basis, and not just kind of not know anything about it. So I think that's for me was
Simple's a good answer.
Yeah.
Because we do try and make financial planning simple. Don't get me wrong, we do have some clients that really want to know more and they like to get into the real complexities of financial planning and how investments work. But yeah, for most people, I would say they just want a clear A to B. How do I get there? What's it going to cost? What do I need to do to set it up? And to leave it there, really, which, we can cater for both ends of the spectrum, whether you want complexities or you want it just simple.
Yeah, because it's amazing how many people don't have private pensions in place.
Yeah, especially the self-employed and especially business owners. And that's one of the obstacles that not obstacles, probably not the right word, but it's one of the issues that we have to talk to self-employed and company directors about on a regular basis, that don't neglect yourself.
No.
A lot of people who have people working for them will make sure they've got pension schemes and making sure they're getting paid in the right way. But when it comes to yourself, a lot of business owners and self-employed people neglect themselves. And saving for a pension is really useful because it's an allowable business expense, so it's a way of taking money out of a business and putting it into a scheme that's for your benefit. And, there's some tax benefits to it. So it was a job well done for yourself, and
definitely.
More people need to do it. Pension's doing all right, Mike. We've not lost you any money yet.
That's good to know.
There's always this year. No, just to recap then, really, and summarise, thank you again for coming this morning.
No, you're welcome.
Sharing some time was just to sort of share a little bit about your business. If I leave you with this question then, what do you think 2020 holds for PT Fitness?
I think it's going to be another strong year with the PT Fitness Games at the end of the year. We're going to hopefully do more socially, even more so than we did last year. So, just going up to the Glass Inn, having a few drinks there, outside of the gym. So we're going to do as much as we can to get people. The Snowdon Charity Walk, which you came on, it was great. That was such a nice day. So just do.
And I completed for the record, didn't I, Mike?
You did, up and down, no help required. Just a slushy midway through, but.
Slush puppy.
Slush puppy. But so just more of the same. Last year we had a really kind of successful year, but I think you've got to keep looking forward and keep the striving for better. And I think what we're doing is really good, and the service we're providing seems to be popular and working, but there's always more that we can do. And I think along with continuing networking, I think marketing wise we're just going to keep pushing and showcasing what we offer, really, and highlighting how established we are as a business.
And the reverse of that then, so what do you think is going to be your biggest challenge 2020? So,
I mean, the development in moulds has been quite significant over the last year or two, or a couple of years, really. You're always looking over your shoulder a little bit. I think the difficult thing is just the competition and the way the fitness industry is changing. I mean, every gym's going 24-hour, every gym's getting cheaper, people want more for less. So for us, it's just about keeping our standards as high as we can to maintain that ability to charge that little bit more. I think it's all well and good charging £20, but if you're an impersonal service, if your machines aren't cleaned and maintained well, that's fine. £20 for a member probably suits. But if we're going to charge that little bit more, that bracket above, everything matters, from customer service to strong marketing to the small bits, maintaining your equipment well. Not a treadmill can't be out of use. Just little things like that, really. It makes your service premium, and I think that's what will help us survive over what can be a rocky few years, probably.
Yeah, of course. I actually share the same token you've just said there, which is about pricing, because financial services is no different, with the online industry changing at a rapid pace. Online advice, online investments, they're much more visible now. If you go to London, go on the tube, there's adverts there to invest via your mobile phone. Don't get me wrong, it has its place, and I think you're absolutely right. You've got to, if you charge a fee, and we do as independent financial advisors, we charge a fee. For investments and pensions, we don't get charged, we don't get paid any commission any longer. So it's all fee based. So we have to do exactly what you've just said there. If you're charging a fee, you've got to justify it. Don't get me wrong, I think our charging is very competitive. But for us, we charge that fee because we offer a level of service which we think is unrivaled by anyone else, by our competitors. And that's demonstrated by the fact that we're the #1 rated independent financial advisors in North Wales on Google now. We've worked so hard. I mean, over the 5-6 years that we've been working together as a team here, it's been blood, sweat and tears to get to that position where clients actually go out their way to leave us a review. So yeah, I think you're absolutely right. You can go for cheap and clients can do a lot of things themselves, such as buying a mortgage themselves. You just run the risk of not getting the best advice. So you've got to make that judgment whether actually paying for a fee is worthwhile. And when it comes to your mortgage, when it comes to your pension, do you really want to take that risk potentially of not paying a fee and getting it wrong yourself? Yeah,
I mean, having, just got on the property ladder in the last couple of years myself, and obviously use you for financial advice and pensions, for me it's a price easily worth paying, because it's that ongoing support as well. If I need you for any sort of advice financially, you're always willing to help, and for me that's priceless really. Nobody online can help me in the same way that you have, so it goes a long way.
Thanks for doing the first one ever, mate.
No, I appreciate it. It was,
Legend.
It was cool.